It was very good. It is a challenge. You think, oh, this is going to be wonderful, and then you realize you have to be there 3 days a week, and it's an hour to an hour and a half every time, and that is a challenge. And about 6 weeks into the program, you think, what have I done? What have I done? And at 6 weeks, you aren't seeing the incredible results just yet. But after a while, once I really started seeing the results, I thought, okay, we can do this, we can do this. And by the last quarter of it, I was so surprised in what I was seeing that it kind of gave me the energy to, okay, it's okay. We'll go back. So it was absolutely fantastic. It doesn't just change your child's life in the classroom. It changes your child's life. And when you change your child's life, you change the life of the family. So it really has changed the whole dynamic in the house. I'm very thankful for it. Relationship there? Very good. I had 2 children here. One went for a shorter amount of time, so I'll refer to the older child who went 26 weeks. She started out with a couple different trainers because of my schedule. And then once we got back into a more steady schedule with school, she was with one trainer. And she misses that trainer very much. And she knew when the end of the training was coming up, and she kind of started getting upset about it. And I said, you can always go by and see her. So they actually do develop a relationship with the trainers. And the trainers start seeing results before you do. And it is easy to be skeptical and say, well, they're the trainer. Of course they're going to say it was good. But it's true. And the trainer will honestly say, you know what, today wasn't a great day. And then they'll come back and say, this was great. This one thing they did was great. So you and your kids kind of build a relationship with the trainer. And my daughter, we thought it was ADD. But after some testing, we see that it was actually a cognitive issue with short-term memory that looks a lot like ADD. And also some dyslexia there. And when we did homework before, we both would end up crying because it was just studying spelling words with her. I would go over a spelling word. She would know the spelling word. She would write it 3 times. She would do all these things, and then I would come back to it, and it was as if she had never seen that word before. And it made me a little bit angry because I thought, well, she's not paying attention. She was paying attention. But it was a part of her brain that was very weak, and I was asking her to lift weights with that part of her brain that her brain wasn't strong enough to, lift just yet. Now, it is a completely different thing. But it is shocking. We go over spelling words just a time or two, and she has it, and she locks it away in her long-term memory. That's another thing. I think she's locking it away in long-term memory much faster than she did before. I recommend you all the time. I do. But if your child is struggling across the board, it makes their brain better able to do what every other brain should be able to do. So it's not just an issue of helping them with a subject. It's helping them achieve overall. And it's a lifetime thing. This isn't something, it's not like working with a trainer. You quit working with a trainer and then you get out of shape again. This is pretty permanent, up to about 95%, I think. So, and my daughter and my son will come back, and they will be tested later to compare, where they are. I absolutely do recommend it to people. It is worth every dime, and we are not a wealthy family. And so the cost was tough. But now at the end of it, it is so incredibly worth it. I had more peace of mind coming here and paying what we did here, even if it means paying it off over years, than the $2.50 a month it costs to do the prescription. So I absolutely do recommend it to other people. I want to be here. I wish more people could be here. I wish this is something that could be taught in the public schools to a certain extent. So absolutely, I would recommend it to others, and I have recommended it to others highly. I'm here from a recommendation by several people. I have a friend with a child with Asperger's. I have a child with Asperger's. I have an adult friend that's a police officer that came here, and his daughter came here. So I didn't come here just willy-nilly. I came by the high recommendations of several other people, and I understand why they recommended it so highly. Absolutely.